Boom. I got a list right here. Let's cut to it, huh? Little sippy swap. First thing on the list, about how many OEM remote engine starters are known to be survivors, still out there. Well, pre-2000s engine starters, hang on, there's a muscle car coming by. I'll clarify by saying that's as much as me and my mate Brandon have been able to find so far. Our search has paused a bit because he found his one, I found my one, so we're kind of focusing on other areas now. But during our research binge, we came across 6. As far as Brandon and I know, 2 of them are RS-98 engine starters, and then the other 4 were RS-98. That is what I've got. That's what we're talking about. I'll quickly explain what RS-XX means. The RS likely just stands for remote starter, and the XX is just its year of issue, 98 meaning 1998, for example. And regarding the number of known surviving Prelude-compatible remote starters, Brandon and I were able to find evidence of 5, which includes the one I have on hand now. But one RS-98 was already found by Gary Hawkins long before we got involved in searching for them. He's actually the one that told me about the code RS-98 when I started researching these parts, which was very cool of him. So whenever you hear me say the total known amount later in the video, it will also include Gary's, which makes a total of 6 worldwide. Well, as of when I'm recording this anyway. I'll let Dickhead keep talking now. Both incredibly rare RS-96s. Both are stupid rare. RS-96 in a whole league of its own. The RS-98, here's my point, there's likely more out there that I haven't seen or haven't seen pictures of or evidence of. There's likely more, not many more, but I digress. Next point. Brackets are for Odyssey. That big nickel-plated bracket holding the big black box, like the receiver unit. That and the little grey bracket attached to the antenna that slots it into the dash, both are Odyssey specific, which will make fitting them to my car as is a bit of a pain. I only know that because I saw a listing for a different RS-98 engine starter. I saved the pictures of it. The bracket was entirely different, way smaller, and the relays weren't even attached, which was a pretty big change. I'll try and make the bracket work because it's sick as hell, and there's a chance the antenna bracket is the same they used on this car, so fingers crossed. Otherwise I'll need to do some bendy bend. But we'll see how it goes. Next point. So RS-96, RS-98, and RS-03's entirely different parts. They are not cross-compatible with each other. I think even for the 5th gen Prelude, you had the 1996 JDM Prelude that had the RS-96 starter, and RS-98 is unlikely to work on that car. Bear that in mind. The RS-03 remote engine starter is the next generation that started in 2003, 2 years after the Prelude got cancelled. So it's almost certain it does not work with the Prelude. Just want to clear that up. Next point. The RS-98 and RS-98R, and you can add that to RS-96 and RS-96R, RS-03, RS-03R, so on. We'll continue using 03 as an example. RS-03R is just the designation for the receiver. When you look at the receiver box, it'll say RS-03R, but if you look in the back of the fob, it'll just say RS-03. And RS-03 and RS-98 is -98. It's just the generation code. It's also got a separate part number listed for when you can order them brand new back in the day if you needed a new fob or a new receiver, that kind of thing. The receiver part number for one I got being 08E92-EA4-0M1-02. That's its part number specifically, but that's not changing the part number for the three main parts of the entire kit altogether, being the antenna, the transmitter fob, and the receiver. You already know the part number to that being 08E92-EA4-000 for RS-96, then 001 for RS-96 very likely, and then 002 for RS-98. That's for the main kit, not including the loom. The loom is a separate part number, it was bought separately, and it had its own labor cost associated with it when fitting it at the dealerships as well.
At the time of filming, I was uncertain of which model the 001 variation was. I have since found an RS-98 service manual that proves both the 001 and 002 are RS-98 remote starters. The manual also shows that the 001 RS-98 was offered from August 1997 to sometime in 1998. Why they didn't call it an RS-97 is beyond me. Even with this information though, I still don't know if my RS-98 is the 001 or 002 part number variation. Yeah, nah, it's been a couple days since I recorded this segment and I figured it out. First thing, the 002 variation makes its first appearance in a 1998 JDM accessories catalog. So to simplify things, I think we can just call the 001 the pre-facelift RS-98 and the 002 the facelift RS-98 when in context to the Prelude from now on. Second thing, the second gen Honda Odyssey was launched in 1999, which means it was only ever offered with the facelift RS-98. And so my RS-98 must be a facelift. I also had another look at my 1997 accessories catalog that I've had for about a year, and it just shows the RS-98 in there with its 001 part number. Fucking idiot.
So, drill that into your head, write a little note on your notepad, okay? Next point. Okay, looks like my camera stopped recording. So I'm going to go back a few points and reiterate. Navigation specific loom. For JDM navigation spec cars, they needed a specific loom offered with the remote engine starter to function with it. So if you had navigation and then you ordered the loom that was not compatible with it, you can't hook it up or make it work. I don't know the specifics of how that loom works or how it functions or doesn't. It's supposed to move around the navigation module in whatever way. I don't know the specifics. My guess is either it is hooked up to not power the head unit being the navigation when you start it remotely, because there's no point. I feel like the head unit in the normal variation with non-nav spec, it might power the stereo, but the nav spec one might be wired in a way to not touch it.
Don't touch me.
That's one theory. Another theory is, what was it? The thing that I suspect is a GPS module, that black box, with no details on it. If that's a GPS module or it's wired in a way to function off the navigation's GPS, it might have a thing where if the car moves in any way, it turns itself off. But I don't know. And I urge you to do your own research on that, because and tell me about it if you come across anything, because I'm dying to know. That's cool if it functions like that, but I have no idea.
Don't worry, this is the last interruption, just a few more things I need to mention. The second generation Honda Odyssey was also offered with a V6 engine. Although the chances of it influencing a change in the remote starter wiring loom are quite low, we best not rule it out for now. I also have another theory on the part numbers. This clip I cut from the unboxing will tell you. And 002 I believe to be a facelift one. So as soon as it was 1999 it changed to that. Or it's kind of when the navigation thing in Japan got introduced, but I think that was something that was there from the get-go. So I think it was a facelift thing, but don't take my word for that. I don't know shit. Yeah, 2 days later my guess was correct. The bespoke navigation loom only shows up with the 002 facelift RS-98. So this probably means if you have a nav spec car, you'll need the Facelift RS-98 with its navigation loom, potentially. And if that's the case for you, I wish you the best of luck. Back to me talking about the box. I've also cracked open the featureless black box, since I suspected it had nothing to do with the remote starter at all from the looks of it and its harness. And by cracked, I mean fucking destroyed. The box around the circuit board is no more. I couldn't tell too much from the circuit board, but maybe you can. I'm pretty sure it's just from an aftermarket alarm system or something. I'll let you know of any updates to this down the line via the description to this video. Oh man, I think I'm about to bust out.
I'm still guessing. I'll keep you posted. Next point. Papers are on the way. I found the briefing / instruction papers for this specific starter separate, and that's currently on the way. It's going to take 2 months to get here. I put it with Surface along with a few other items. The reason I bring this up is because it's not guaranteed that it is going to have the instructions to install the part. It's very likely, and from the pictures I saw of pretty much most of it, it seems like it's just debriefing you on how it functions and what will and won't work. Like, while it's powered, you can't use keyless entry to prevent, like, shit happening. All that kind of stuff. So it's basically just an owner's manual, as far as I know. I wish, I'm really hoping it'll tell me how to install the thing, but I highly doubt it. And because of that, it's probably going to take me quite a long time to suss out how I'm going to put it all in as close to factory as possible. Because I sure as hell aren't going to find a Prelude loom to fit this. Next point. The ticking. The fob. It keeps ticking.